man, throw them bills up at the end of the day. We all life change, you know.
North side, north side, north side, north side.
St. Louis, Missouri, where I was born and raised at. Mom and dad was in the house. Shout out to my mom, shout out to my dad, Tracy and Tony. I had 5 siblings. I was the baby until my sister Tasha was born. Tony, she the oldest girl. Then you had Tamika, then you had Todio, then you had Riri. Rest in peace to my brother Riri. Yeah, it was fun times. Dad and mom, they was always there. They was always cooking and cleaning, and you know, they'll leave us in the house by ourselves and we'll just have fun. But when they come back, they dancing and singing. My daddy earning for like an hour or two. Like, it was just fun. We doing talent shows. My dad showed us how to gamble at a young age. You know, so candy, it didn't even have to be for money. He showed us how to shoot dice, showed us how to gamble. We played Uno, spades. He showed us how to do all them things. Mom did too. Mom always was cooking and cleaning. And we just, everything we did, it was together as a family. And then it was just the good times. We played with dogs. My dad introduced us to dogs and stuff like that. We had our own dogs. We named our own dogs. He played football in the yard with us. It was just special. It was a special moment. And that's why even today I look at family like it's the #1 priority. Even with my kids, even with my nieces and my nephews and all that. But, you know, I kind of even break down some of my siblings. Latoni, she was kind of more like laid back. She was always a leader, but she was laid back. Like, she was more forward. Tamika was the crazy one, ready to fight, ready to pop off, wrong or right. Todio, he was always an outgoing guy. Everybody loved him. If he walk in the room, he changed the atmosphere in the room. And Riri was just, you know, boss status. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything he did, he won. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, he found a way to win. And then it came me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always said I was different. Everybody always said, like, I'm amount to be something. At a young age, I remember a time when my daddy told me, like, that I told him at the age of 8 years old that I didn't want to live like how we was living. And it wasn't living bad, more so to speak. It was more so just living, you know what I'm saying, in poverty. Just living, you know what I'm saying, by the government, tricking the government however which way to make ends meet. And they did that, and they didn't show us that, so we didn't know that. But that's what it was. And I told my dad, like, I ain't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? So I find myself even here today, you know what I'm saying, not living like that, and my kids don't have to live like that. Yeah, so this gonna be a good day, man. This gonna be a good day today. I got my kids with me, and of course we're gonna go check out a couple spots, man. But, you know, I'm gonna take y'all to the trenches, though. I'm gonna take y'all to where, you know, where I grew up at, where all the gang banging and all that stuff started, and where, you know, I started repping a neighborhood. Take y'all over there. I remember my dad leaving, and I guess he ended up getting chased by the police or something. He ended up getting chased by the police to the point where he ran. I guess he went to go get us some food, and he ran. He ended up having to run from the police. I don't know how he got the food. I don't know how he got the food, but he ended up running from the police. Came running through the door. And when he ran through the door, he dropped the groceries off or dropped whatever off, and he ran through the back door. It was like a drop-off. So he came in and left out. But we was able to eat, but it was all funny. And at the same time, we all ate. We'll be outside playing with the dogs all the time. And it'd be certain days where my daddy barbecuing, my mama, she cleaning up the house. That right there, you can't replace that. You know what I'm saying? You run inside the house, mama in there cooking, and you run outside, daddy outside barbecuing, we playing with the dogs, and football. We got some of the girls from up the street. They at our house. We outside playing. It was just lovely. It was just a good moment, a good feeling. And so it was just a good feeling. You going in the house, mommy in there cooking and cleaning, and mommy in there cleaning, and you go outside, dad out there barbecuing, and it was just fun times. We played with dogs and stuff like that. Even, you know, walking to the corner store. At this time, we was living in East St. Louis. You know what I'm saying, 42nd Street. We was living in East St. Louis. There was a couple of spots where we was living at in East St. Louis. We kind of moved around a lot. But East St. Louis, that's where we got introduced to Mellow Freeze at, some of the best ice cream in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? That was our stomping grounds. My granny always lived over there in that area too. So we walking to the store with Dad, running on the way back, walking the dogs with us. It was just fun. It was fun moments. It was fun times. Yeah, so it was times where we'll walk the dogs. We had big mean pit bulls, and Dad would take us to Mellow Freeze, get us some ice cream, Purtles, ice cream, and it was good. It was good. That's what we grew up on. We grew up on Purtles and Mellow Freeze and stuff like that. So that's what it was. Just you know what I'm saying. Dad was there. Dad was always there, man. Mom was always there. They put us in school. They was there the first days of school. So you know what I'm saying. School was even awesome, man. Dad was there. Mom was there. And sports was. I played sports. I started off playing sports. I was in the 3rd grade. I remember them having a 4th and 5th grade team, and 3rd graders couldn't play. And my dad brought me up there to the school and told the coach, like, my son to play against your best player. His best player ended up being my best friend. His name Lil Mark. He passed away. Rest in peace to my boy Lil Mark. And we played 1-on-1, and I killed him. And the whole team was just looking like, man, this dude cold, like, this dude nice. So they gave me a chance to play, even though I was in the 3rd grade, and they wouldn't even accept 3rd graders. So I played in the 3rd grade, and then I end up being like the captain of the team and stuff like this. So people started just already talking about me with the basketball stuff in school at the same time. I went to Park and X, and then I ended up transferring, going to Morrison, playing basketball for Morrison. That's where I met some of my homeboys over there at Morrison. We played, and then 6th grade. 6th grade came. 6th grade. Now we getting older as kids. My family, my sisters and brothers, we getting older as kids. My sister and them, they was already went through Clark and East Side and stuff like that. We getting older as kids, and people kind of knowing me. They kind of knowing I look like my brother, so whatever he done, they looking at me like, you know what I'm saying, you know him, that's your brother and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool too, because he made a name for himself before I even got to certain schools and stuff like that. But even just to pick it back up on my mom and dad, before I moved forward, they did so much good stuff, man. Like, they took us to the beach. They took us to Carlisle Beach, man. We had fun, man. It was just amazing. Like, I don't even know if people really go to Carlisle Beach like that no more. I haven't even got a chance to take my kids, but Carlisle Beach was a place that I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about Carlisle Beach before the summer even come, because we knew the experience of mom and dad being there and the family being there as a whole, sisters and brothers and stuff like that. So now I'm at Clark, I'm hooping. Mom and dad, they was still there, but I could sense that something was happening with mom and dad, because there was a lot of arguing in the house at this time. Dad would leave and not come back for certain hours, something like that. Or I really don't know, I was still young, but I knew that it was something that was happening, and because of the support, it was starting to leave. It wasn't there no more. And mom and dad, they ended up separating, and I went with mom first when the separation happened. Me and Tasha went with mom. Now this really affected our family. This really affected our family, and I could tell, because it wasn't no family. We was disconnected. So me and Tasha went with mom, and Todio and Riri ended up living with my dad in St. Louis on Claxton. D-Dub, what's the word, baby?
Where you at now?
I'm on my way to Claxton, baby. You get recorded right now. Look at this.
Y'all getting that work in on. All right.
So I lived with my mom for a couple months, but I knew that my mom couldn't give me what my dad could give me. So I knew I had to make a decision and leave. So I went to go live with my dad, not knowing that I was going to be in an unstable position. I was going to be in an unstable environment, which that same environment, now to this day, has made me who I am today. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing big things, man, for the city, for the family.
For
Keep
sure.
your head on straight, man. Stay out the way.
Yeah, you know how it go, man. I told Mama I'm gonna take him
Keep
to
grinding.
I'm gonna take him to the trenches today, man. You know,
Yeah, on me.
it's gonna be a good day. You know, just bring back out all them memories and stuff, and the good times and the
Right.
bad times and stuff. You know, I had to go and I had to live with my dad. Now, me living with my dad on Claxton, he had to put me in school. He had to do all these things. But just to let y'all know, you know, my dad, he provided a roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? He did everything that he could do and whatever it took to provide what we needed. But at the same time, it was an unstable environment. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't really use the toilet. It wasn't no heat or AC in the house. It wasn't even enough room. The house, if you ask me, the house was condemned. But my dad, he made a way.
Hey, this what a Lyfechanger Story all began, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it did, bro. There's a lot of people on Claxton that ain't gonna be over there though.
Right. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody didn't make it out.
Yeah, that's true. I be so thankful, man, for being able to go back and see people and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and not have to live the way we was living, for real.
Right.
It was hard.
It's definitely a blessing, man. Definitely a blessing.
Yeah, should no kid have to see that at 12 and 13 years old.
I mean, it's trauma. We normalized trauma because that's what we was born and raised in, so we didn't know that it was trauma. We just thought we was living.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now that you know better, you can create a better environment for your kids and your family. That's life change. I mean, change people's lives. Don't allow them to see what you saw.
On me. That's real. You know what I'm saying? He once again made a way, and he was there. If we gonna be in a condemned house, he gonna be there with us. You know what I'm saying? So you could say so many bad things in it, but it's so many good things as a father that he had to do. He had to put his character on the line. He had to put his integrity on the line. He had to put his pride to the side to still provide for his boys, because it was me, Riri, and Antonio there. But it's times where I can remember that I'll never forget that we had to boil water from people. You know what I'm saying? We had to boil water from people on the street. It was people that was cool with us enough to let us boil water from them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a time where it was really like I was at a real low place in my life as a kid. Like, I seen something that a kid should never see. We was thugging on the north side. We was shooting, we was banging on the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. Yeah, we was thugging on the north side. We was shooting, we was banging on the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. This is where it all started. I was 12 years old, man, and brought back a lot of memories, man. Come on, Dream, y'all. We gonna go up here, cause this I'm gonna show y'all. So this where the house was. So you could tell it wasn't no big house. It wasn't a big house at all. You know what I'm saying? So we had dogs back here, but this where we used to go. We used to go through this gangway, go back there, get water from them, get water from Lil Mike and them. We used to get water from Jay and them. Jay and them lives right here. We used to have to go and get water, man. Some people didn't want us to get water. Some people let us get water, man, but it was the glory of God, man. It was just the blessing of God that was upon us, man, that allowed us to have water, man. So I miss it over here, man, because them days you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? You can't get them days back. So yeah, it was people that was on the block that allowed us to come and get water from their house. And I appreciate all them people, because at the time, them could have been the same people who called the police on us. You know what I'm saying? Who could have said things that could have, you know what I'm saying, framed us. So I appreciate all them people, man. You know, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it because I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't even, you know what I'm saying, do that. So we used to fight, play basketball, run up and down the street, all that stuff, man. Miss Marshall House, Mr. Ewing, Big Terry them, Lil Mike. This the hood, man. Going back to the house, you know what I'm saying? It was the food. It was microwavable. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was really cooked. It was microwavable or it was bought out. Like, we had to put plastic over the windows. We had to, in the wintertime, had to put plastic over the windows. And in the summertime, the windows was up. You know what I'm saying? It was hot. And we had to get, you know what I'm saying, air conditioners and fans and all that stuff. And some of the doors didn't even have a lot. Like I remember the back door. It was our room all the way in the back. It didn't have no lock on it for real. Like if somebody wanted to come in there, they could have came right in there. But nobody never came in there. Just the street now is really like living in poverty for real. I'm witnessing this and I'm living this, and it's painful and it's hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't no kid have to go through that. This was the house, man. This was the house we had to. J and them allowed us to get the extension cord and run it from our house when we ain't had lights and all that, man. It was crazy. But this is where I had to come live at when my dad and my mom divorced. The kids, we had to all go separate ways, and I had to come here with my brothers and them. And I was 12 years old, but this is what I had to go through. Came here and made it happen, made a way. You know what I'm saying? Funny times, hard times, embarrassing times I don't even want to talk about right now, but I got to, because I know it's gonna help somebody. But, you know, it was funny. My daddy had to put me in middle school. He had to put me in middle school. Everything was different. My daddy never took me to middle school. You know what I'm saying? That's where I met friends at, man. Met my boy King James at. And it was lit. It was lit, bro. But I'll never forget about Claxton, though, boy. Miss Marshall and them, Mr. Ewing. Yes, sir. Everybody over here. Yep. And they house is still here. You know what I'm saying? This was the community. This was you get everything from here. Right here. On me. 43 Claxton. I mean, you get everything from her, man, but I'm blessed, man, and we all life changers at the end of the day, so I'm gonna keep it moving, man, keep the movement going, keep grinding, keep living life, man. That's it. Came too far to give up. I just appreciate all the people who looked out for us, but one of the people that I know that hold a dear spot in my heart, man, my little brother, Lil Mike, my god brother, Lil Mike, he was one of the main people who was allowing us to get water, you know what I'm saying, from his house. And his mom and them ended up taking me in. You know, I met Lil Mike just playing basketball on the street, and then his mom ended up taking me in, and I lived right down the street, but it was like I lived with them, but it was in a better environment. This is what it was, man. You know, Mr. Penny, man, we used to go to the palace from here. So, man, rest in peace, Mr. Penny, man. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot for me. This is actually the house I came and stayed in. I was living down there with my daddy, then times got a little too hard, and they took me in. I started living right here with Lil Mike, and that's how we became brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we ain't real brothers, but blood couldn't make us no closer. She made sure I was good, made sure I got in the tub, made sure I had certain things that I needed. And yeah, so me and Lil Mike, we been tight like that ever since. You know what I'm saying? He gonna ride for me, I'm gonna ride for him. But he looked out for me. His parents and his family, they looked out for me in the time of need, and that's why he's so blessed. So that's what it was on the street. It was hard. It was hard, man. Even my dad, he had to put me in school by himself. That was tough for him because he wasn't. Mom used to do all that. So Dad ended up taking me to the school and putting me in the school by himself. It was so funny because certain stuff he needed to go back and get, and he used to be funny about it, but he put me in school, and it was cool. I ended up going to Northwest, a totally different environment than where I was at on the east side. Yeah, man, so this Northwest school, man. This is the middle school that my daddy had to put me in. It was trenches up here. You had 5-4, 4-9, Plover. You had a lot of hoods. You had Acne up that way, Gershon up that way. Like, it was a lot of hoods in one school, man, and it was fights, man. It was all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you get introduced to girls, being grown and all that, man. It was real, but I love this school, man. This school taught me a lot, man, because it taught me how to survive. At the end of the day, I ain't go here with no brothers and no sisters, so it taught me how to survive. This is where I met my boy King James at. But when I went there, I was the new kid on the block. Everybody looking like, who is this dude? Who is this dude? And the first thing they asked me was, did you know how to rap? And I was like, yeah, I know how to rap. By that time, I was already writing little raps or something like that. It wasn't nothing serious, but I was writing raps. And they was like, rap something. I rap. And then once I rapped, they was like, oh, you got a battle. I guess they was doing like a battle in the lunchroom or something. Like, everybody, they go to the lunchroom and battle. It's a lot. All the classes go to lunch together, so it's a lot. The whole school in the lunchroom. And I battled. I ended up battling this guy named Roger first. He was tight. He was tight or whatever. But after I beat him, they knew it was serious. So after I beat him, they like, dude, tough for real. You got to battle somebody else. This, and that. To make a long story short, I battled the other dude and smashed him too. So now they talking about a guy named James Trailway. Oh, man, you got to rap against James Trailway. You got to rap against James Trailway. I'm like, man, who is James Trailway? He ain't been to school. But he coming. He going to be here Monday. Woo up. So now I'm like, all right, this dude, James, he must be like that. So I get to school. I don't even see him until lunchtime. Lunchtime come, we rap. You know what I'm saying? People in the classroom like, James here today too. James here today too. We finna see what you about. I'm like, all right, I done wrote raps. I done wrote 2-3 raps. You know what I'm saying? So we in the lunchroom. He rap, the crowd go crazy. I rap, the crowd go crazy. He rap, the crowd go crazy. I rap, the crowd go crazy. So long story short, this was his school. So a lot of people said he won, but a lot of people said I won too. My class was behind me, his class was behind him. He ain't gonna never tell the truth. He ain't gonna never say I won in his school, you know what I'm saying? So we don't even gotta get off into that. But that's my boy, man, and that's where rap started at, man. Me and him, we took from that day forward, man, we was cool, man. He was always a genuine guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, after that, we ended up rapping together. You know what I'm saying? We ended up rapping together. We ended up hooping together. We started playing basketball and stuff together. So our relationship ended up getting tight like that. And we started hooping. You know what I'm saying? It was just good vibes around it. I used to go in his class. We beat on the tables. He used to come to my class. We beat on the tables, and we rapped. You know what I'm saying? And we started traveling, man. We started traveling the world, man. We was about to get ready to open up for Lil Wayne. We did a lot of stuff, man. But that's where rapping started at. And he gave his life to God, and I ended up giving my life to God. You know what I'm saying? And that's where our hip hop rap, it stopped. You know what I'm saying? For the secular music, it really stopped. We started going to church and started rapping in church and doing stuff like that. But then we started playing basketball. We got back into the sports. Now remind me, I'm coming from the east side. I was always the starter. I was always the best guy on my team. So now I'm around these guys that's better. You know what I'm saying? People from my neighborhood, like Kendall, Lil Mac, who else? Roger was hooping too, the guy that I killed in the battle. And we just balling, and me and literally our relationship just growing like this. But Northwest was crazy, man. Like girls, talking to girls, you know what I'm saying? Movie night. We ain't gonna get off into all that movie night. But that's why you gotta watch your daughter though. You know what I'm saying? Girls was in her getting fingered. Man, girls was in her kissing, all that, clothes burning with guys, all that stuff, man. It was crazy. But I graduated, you know what I'm saying? I was a Hornet, I hooped, you know what I'm saying? I performed, all that. Got on the teacher nerves, all that stuff, man. And I'm grateful to be able to come back here to even talk about it, for real, because a lot of people that went to this school with me, they didn't make it. They died. People was on their way to school, died. People that I just seen the last period died, I ain't never see again after that. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? This school mean a lot to me. My little sister ended up going here, they changed it to a high school. Now I think they getting ready to close it, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's sitting right here in the trenches, man, and, you know, this is where a lot of people went, so it's a lot of memories held here. After school, I don't get to see Latrell. You know what I'm saying? We got to walk a different way. And literally get on the bus, he going a different way because we was from different neighborhoods. So I used to have to walk home with Kendall, Lil Mac, the homeboy named Damien, because we all was from Walnut Park. So we used to walk home, and you know, it was like gang stuff. It was like gang stuff. Literally, it was a Crip, I was a Blood. Damien and Lil Mac and them, they was Bloods. We was all from the same neighborhood. And we used to walk over there. We used to walk through there. Sometimes literally to be with us when we walked through there. You know what I'm saying? But we used to walk through there, and it was bad environments. You know what I'm saying? You had to walk through 5-4. You had to walk through Plover, and you had to walk through Davison, Alcott, Beacon. Then you had Claxton. Then you had the 50 on the other side, which was Crips, who we was always in tour with. We walked towards 49 Bad. That's our way. That's our area. You know what I'm saying? And Lil Tread, depending on how he was getting home or whatever, he'll walk with us, or he'll get on the bus and go a whole different way, because he is from a different area. So, you know, that was our route. That's how we used to get home. But you know, you had the 50 like a couple streets over. You know what I'm saying? And we used to be in tour with them. So even like growing up and stuff like that, we knew like, don't go on that side, they don't come on this side, there won't be no beef, and when we see each other, it's like that, we gonna fight them or whatever like that. So that led all the way to high school, man. We always cool through high school, we always friends. Jay, what's the word, baby?
I thought you heard.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
I thought that was Big Tread. What's the word, baby? I appreciate it, bro.
Most definitely.
I appreciate it. My boy Jay, man, in the building, man.
That's in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, a Claxton finest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we did a lot of stuff together, man. I ain't gonna tell them about the Air Forces, man. Niggas still got on forces.
All white day.
Man, we went over there, man. We went over there on the east side, bro, and went on a lick and took all Air Forces. We came back over here, everybody on the block had Air Forces. Like, we had a big shoebox, and he was designing the shoes at the time. See, that's what people don't know. You was designing the shoes before people even started doing it to forces. He was doing that in the neighborhood. Now, hey, bro, I want some 314. Hey, I want some 4th of July forces, all that stuff, man. It was lit. Me and Lil Tread, our bond was deep in high school. We ended up being in high school and rapping and performing and like all that for the pep rallies and everything like that. But even in high school, we had to get home the same way. So like me, Damien, Kendall, Lil Mac, we had to get on the Lee bus because now we going to Beaumont. And remind you, Beaumont was like a Crip school. Beaumont was like blue and gold. Like, so we just had to get on the Lee bus, and we had to catch the bus all the way through the Dub, through all these different Crip sets. And we had to even catch it through the 50. You know what I'm saying? And one particular day, some guys was out there from the 50 waiting on us to get off the bus. And they started shooting. When we got off the bus, they started shooting. My homeboy Damien got shot. He ain't died or nothing, but he got shot though. And that let me know that this is seriouser than what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? That let me know like you could lose your life. It was other people that lost their life too on that same corner, on that corner of Emerson and Lillian.
the word.
That's word. Who is that? That's Bug.
What's up, brother? Yeah, slow motion. Like that fit, man.
Bug, what's the word? This Claxton shoe designer, man. That's what people didn't know, man. He been designing forces and all that. Yeah, that nigga made us so many forces.
You know it's coming back. You know it's coming back in heavy. Them niggas be charging $500-$600 for one pair of shoes. I got the Gucci and Lyfechanger stuff at the crib. Yeah.
You could get killed, like right through the gangway. You could come get killed right through the gangway. I remember experiencing on Claxton, my brother Riri getting into something, and guys just came out of the gangway on us with guns and everything on us and put us down on the ground and everything with guns because of something that Riri had going on with somebody, and they put guns to our heads and everything. But they end up not shooting or nothing like that. They end up just taking the gun that Riri had on him and just running down the street. Like, it was just crazy like that. Like, you come through the gangway and get killed because they coming from a street or 2 streets over. You know what I'm saying? And so it was easy to be on foot. Quentin, this was Quentin's house. That's who I got shot. That's who I got shot with. We got shot. He got shot and I got shot on the same day. We was together. One night, just walking around. At first, I was in the house. First of all, I was in the house. I was in the house watching basketball the whole day, and I decided to come outside like at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and my mama, she was telling me like, you might as well stay in the house. The street lights are already on. And I was like, I'm coming right back. I'll be back. You know, I ain't gonna be gone that long. And I went over there on Claxton, and I was just with my cousin, some of the guys that's, you know what I'm saying, from Claxton and from the neighborhood. And we was just chilling for real then. But these guys, they came out of the blue, and they was just walking over. They was just walking. Now, you know, back in the day, when I was young like that, you couldn't just walk over nowhere and you went from over there. So we already had the attitude of saying something to them just because we don't know y'all and y'all walking over here, we just don't know y'all. But the dudes came to us on some cool stuff, on some stuff like man, these girls took our phone. Like, these girls from over here took our phone. We was just over here, this and that. So we walked back over there with them. And the girls was like, we ain't got no phone, this and that. So we was just on some like, all right, y'all gotta shake, because they ain't got y'all phone, this and that. But y'all gotta shake. You got 5 drop-offs, what you dropping off?
The chain and t-shirt.
Oh, for real?
See, I got Riri and Mike Dukes with me.
Oh, man. Go ahead, do your thing, man.
Man, I salute you, look good. Keep focused, stay doing what you do.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I love you.
All love you too, boy.
All right. So my cousin, he had a gun on him, but we didn't know that, but he had a gun on him, but he was acting tough to the dudes. He was telling the dudes, like, I like that jersey you got on, or I like them shoes you got on. I'm just like, man, it's whatever, because I'm right here, like I'm with them, so it's like it's whatever. So we was really on some stupid stuff, but at the same time, we could have lost our lives. Right here, where I got shot at. Like right here, where I got shot at, man. That was a night that I never forget, bro, because I could have died that night. Like, I remember, like, me and Quentin being right there. Right. My cousin who just pulled up on me, Patrick, he was just over here delivering stuff. He didn't even know I was doing this. He was like, what? I ain't even bring my wheelchair, because you know he in a wheelchair now.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, he got shot on Claxton right here. Yeah, he paralyzed now.
That's crazy.
So boom, so me, him, Quentin, but me and Quentin got shot together. So we right here on some stupid stuff, man. Make a long story short, the nigga Quentin about to walk up to the dude and hit the dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the dude just up to 9 and just start bucking. Y'all got me messed up. Boom, boom, boom. I'm running across along this house right here. All bricks falling off this house because they shooting. Boom, 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 boom. They shooting. Quentin run up the alley. Quentin run up the alley to the point where the gunman is at the alley, so he's just shooting up the alley at Quentin. And Quentin got hit the worst, man. But Quentin, all right, he survived. He living. He was shooting at Quentin for a little minute. I'm trying to get away. Then he started shooting at me. I'm running, and I feel a bullet hit me, but it didn't hurt me. Like, it hit me, it hit my leg to the point where while I was running, I missed my whole step and I fell. but I got right back up and kept running. So I knew like I just got hit, but it didn't cause me to stop running. You know, so I'm just running up the block, running up the street. You hear people, you hear people saying stuff like, you hear people hollering and screaming and just running, like it's just chaos. So I'm just running up the street. I'm going in and out the cars because he coming behind me. I'm coming in and out of the cars. When I come back on the sidewalk, I run right into the gangway because I ain't want to keep just running up the street if he gonna be shooting up the street. So I just ran in the gangway. I just ran in the gangway, and it happens to be Quentin's house. I didn't even know that was Quentin. I knew it was Quentin's house by the time I got in the back and got in the garage, but I didn't even know that was gonna be Quentin's house that I ran in back of. So I just ran in back of his house, and I was in the garage, and I'm just sitting there. And I'm thinking the dude's still chasing me, so I'm thinking, if he come back here, I'm gonna pop out this garage. We finna be fighting with this gun. But I'm just sitting there like, I'm still hearing gunshots and everything. So then I heard somebody hit the fence and jump over the fence. I thought it was him, so I'm about to pop out on him, but it was Quentin. And I see he bloody and everything, but he's still moving. So he run up the steps, and I'm like, Quentin. He looked back and was like, what's up? So I got out of the garage and ran up in the house with him. He ran in the house and collapsed. You know what I'm saying? I run in the house behind him. I'm looking like I know I got hit somewhere. And I looked at my leg, and my leg was like wide open, like a big old hole in it, and it was just all blood. And I had a knee brace on from basketball. From basketball, I used to keep a knee brace on. It had 2 metal rods down the side of it. And the bullet hit the rod and popped up off my leg, but it hit the rod so hard, it dented the rod in my leg, made it look like it was a big old bullet hole in my leg. But really, it was like a deep graze. So when I pulled the knee brace down, all blood just fell out my leg and stuff like that. In the ambulance, they was over there working on Quentin. He still lived and stuff like that. But that turned Quentin to a demon for real. You know what I'm saying? Like Quentin, his life went the same after that. You know what I'm saying? And it opened my eyes up to it's more to life. I'm thankful, man. I thank God, man, because a little time after that, I gave my life to God, man, and all that. But yeah, this was an area that I'll never forget that's on Claxton, man. I could have lost my life, bro. Yeah, I could have lost my life, bro. Like for real. And I don't take none of it for granted. That put a twist to my life. It made me not even want to be with them certain type of guys, so I just used to stick myself around. Like the basketball guys, Lil Tread, Matt Kendall, like them guys, they was always out the way. They really wasn't in a lot of trouble. And so I started wanting the positive. I started wanting the positivity in life. You know what I'm saying? So, and them guys always gave me that feeling that we not really on no stupid stuff. So with that being said, I started working me a job. I started working for McDonald's, my first job. I started working for McDonald's. I never looked back for real working at McDonald's. I was working at McDonald's through high school. And we all went to high school. We started playing basketball in high school. We all played. We always together. We always was together. But me and Lil Tread, we kind of clicked harder than everybody. Like, I guess it was the rap thing with us from that day we battled. But we started rapping. We started performing at the school. Lil Tread was doing some stuff on the intercom. He always was like this popular guy at school. So it was like, this is fun. We don't gotta be like really in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But where we come from, the streets just come with it. But we, you know what I'm saying? That was the positive side. I started growing in life. That's the moment that I could say like, I started growing. Y'all been good, man. What's up, fellas? What's up? I had to take y'all back to, you know, the time when I was playing basketball in high school. And I'm gonna go like inside the home because like my house that I grew up in, my mom and dad, they was there, and then it was times where my mom and dad, they wasn't there. So it was times where I had support, it was times where I didn't have support. And I know we all come from different homes, but coming from different homes, in one place that could cause some type of friction. Somebody could be dealing with something that the next person ain't dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And my son, he asked me like probably one of the powerfulest questions that I could ever get from a 5-year-old. Like he asked me like, where did all this come from? Like how did all these buildings get here? How did everything get here? And I had to refer back to God, because me giving my life to God, God helped me understand that he's the foundation. So when my son asked me that, I knew my son really didn't know. He was just asking me, where did all this come from? I need to know this. And there's people that's older than him that don't even know, and God created land. You know what I'm saying? God created land. Everything that's on top of this land, it was man-made. So I had to give my son a good example. I had to give him, we created the schools, man created the schools, but God created the foundation. And if you don't have the foundation, nothing will sustain, nothing will stand. And that's me talking to y'all, with the foundation of y'all core as brothers. You get out there on the floor, it's nothing gonna stand if y'all haven't built that foundation in practice. If y'all haven't built that foundation where communicating with each other and showing y'all emotions. Because a real man, he shows his emotions. A real man cry. My brother passed away, and right after the funeral, my sister went home and she lost her child after carrying it for 8 months. So that just was a lot of stuff I was dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And I started feeling like I was dealing with depression. But at the end of the day, it was built on God, it was built on that foundation. So whenever something come up against me like that, I had to go back to God, go in my corner and say, God, what is this? You the only one can give me strength through this time. I know it, because I can't, only so much he can say, only so much he can say, only so much Big Bro can say. They can't give me what God can give me. God give me that inner strength. You know what I'm saying? So I want to read this before I get out y'all way, man. When we allow our minds to move into the realm unchecked, there's no telling of the damage that can be done. But it's faith that helps to keep those things at bay. Even when we have no reasons to believe that things will get better, it's through faith that our situations do improve. When you hold the utter expectations of that in your mind, no challenges is difficult. So it's times where y'all gonna lose games, but with faith, stuff is being worked out without y'all knowing, because that's what faith is. Faith is hope. You know what I'm saying? Faith is the evidence of things not seen. So having faith is nothing that's being shown to you. It's something that's being worked out. Yeah, so me and Lyfechanger, we started rapping and performing at the school and stuff stuff like that, and the pet rallies and stuff like that. And we created a little clique like everybody do in high school. They create a clique. We created a clique, CBF, Can't Be Faded. Right down to this day, we still CBF, we still can't be faded, man. Shout out to all my boys, man. My boy J Hood, D-Lo, all them, man. Y'all my boys for life, man. And the reason why I say that, because we end up being a brotherhood. And the reason why I know it's a brotherhood, because we always different hood. We was all from different hoods. Like D-Lo was like from right where Beaumont was at. Jerry was from the west side. Me and Lyfechanger was from the north side. Like, so it was all different guys. Ferg was from the west side. It was all different guys, and we came together and played sports, football, basketball, and it ended up being a brotherhood. Yeah, so I changed my life big time, man. I got married. We had 2 beautiful kids, and life was good. Life was good. You know what I'm saying? After I graduated out of high school and stuff like that, we met in high school, but after I graduated out of high school, I worked my first job at McDonald's, and we ran back into each other. So it was cool that we had ran back into each other. We started talking, man, and it was history from there. Like, we ended up being together, getting married, having 2 beautiful kids, and times was good, man. We got us a house, had cars and stuff, and it was good. It was good, man. That was a real special part of my life, you know, when I got married. To know how marriage feel, and, you know, to know that, you know, the commitment that you could commit to something. A lot of people live life and they don't even think that they could commit to something, or you know what I'm saying, they question themselves if they could commit to something. So even if I was questioning myself, I did it, and you know what I'm saying, that's what it was. But we was living good, we never was worrying for nothing, and you know, the relationship stuff, yeah, that's for everybody, but you know, for us, the kids and the house and everything we had, working and all that, it was special. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take it back for nothing in the world, you know. And even in the midst of that, like, showing my daddy that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Showing my daddy that I can be married, I can be a man of a household, because that's what he taught us. You know, at the end of the day, he put time in and he showed us that I'm a husband and I can take care of y'all mom, which is what was his wife. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to my dad, Tony, AKA Kane. Everybody kind of called him Kane. Rest in peace to my dad. My dad died, and that was a real, you know what I'm saying, the first moment in my life where I had to really like go through something and take care of my family at the same time. So I was married and my dad died while I was married, and I'm happy that I showed him that I could do all them things before he passed away though. But rest in peace to my dad, because he was a special guy, man. It's some stuff that I still, you know what I'm saying, eat off of and feed off of that he taught me. And that's gonna be forever. Like, I look back and be like, man, that man straight taught me that. You know what I'm saying? That was a real vulnerable place in my life, man. And I miss him to death. I wish I could have him back. All that stuff, man. So, yeah, rest in peace to my daddy, man. I'm gonna make sure his name stay alive, man. I'm gonna represent him to the fullest, man, because I know what he stood for. And we're gonna go from there, you know. But then, after that, the divorce happened. Something that I never expected to happen. That divorce really took a toll on me. It really hurt me. I really can't explain it, man. I wouldn't wish that on no man who really loved his family and really to fight for his family. So it happened and it's over, and I had to move on from it, and I'm doing the best I can right now. You know what I'm saying? For my kids and everything. But I'm at peace at that situation though. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold no grudge. Yeah, I don't fight or hurt nobody or none of that. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cool, it's over. And I know that took a toll on my kids. You know what I'm saying? But I moved on from it, and now I got another child. You know what I'm saying? A son. My son Dash. So shout out to my baby boy Dash, man. I love him to death, man. You know, he couldn't have came at a better time in my life. You know, he gonna be a real special kid. And I'm just moving on in life, man. You know, all them things, they happen for a reason, and they make you strong and they make you better. And if I look back over time, when all that happened and I went through all that, I say, dang, I really came out of that. I'm really a better person. I really view life different. I really view life that I never just say nothing is possible. Like, everything is possible to happen. Everything is possible. So Parking Next, man, my first school, man. The first school.
Who was that?
You nigga!
Oh, Lord. This nigga on time.
What's up, baby?
Motherfucker, put it out.
I'm into.
Right before I take a drill. That's time, y'all.
I'm about to pull over right now, baby.
Somebody over, baby.
This my little nephew, boy, all
Yeah.
day,
For sure. We going up. I love you,
And
man,
lady too,
for
boy,
real.
from the bottom, from the top, nigga.
Yeah,
from the
for
bottom,
real.
we got to crawl before we walk.
Yeah, gotta crawl before we walk,
Yeah,
baby.
man,
We got to.
Shit, got to feed out, we got to eat.
I don't care who ain't with
They
him.
dogged him the other day.
Yeah.
They dogged him Sunday.
Hey.
They beat him too, they beat him.
Come with us, B.
You got to finish scoring? Come on.
Yeah, hey, watch the truck. You gotta watch the truck.
The random, boy, they dogged him the other
Man,
day.
Durant can't be stopped. They was talking about that man because Kyrie and them ain't with that man. Yeah, they did. What ATM at?
that tell my nephew give me something, baby. Make it rain, make it snow around this motherfucker. That ain't nothing.
This you.
Yeah, this
It's
all
you.
day. This
It's
all
you,
day.
baby.
All day.
It's you. It's
All
my
day.
uncle.
Up top.
Up top.
Up top, nigga. You can't dump your ball or nothing. Look.
You already know. You already know.
Blessings on blessings, we count it up, count it up.
One of the nachos, one with peppers, one without peppers, a small butter pecan French toast tart over in the cup, a small butter vegan concrete. Got a small strawberry sundae, no whip, no cherry,
Yeah.
$16.74.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Yeah. So this Mellow Freeze, man. Mellow Freeze. I never forget about Mellow Freeze. Best ice cream place in the world. That's what people don't even know. And it's sitting right over here in the hood, on the east side. You know what I'm saying? We used to live over here on the east side. This is where my mama from. My mama from the east side. So I had to bring it back to, these east side days. I'm from St. Louis, born and raised in St. Louis, man. So don't get it twisted, man. Walnut Park, man, that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But the east side, I was raised over here too. You know what I'm saying? I was raised over here for sure. This is where my mama from. This is where my granny live at. All that. But Mellow Freeze, man, you gotta come over here and try it. I'm telling you, Mellow Freeze is the truth. Mellow Freeze, man, we out here, man. This the apartments right here, man, we grew up in, man. Shooting dice, all that, running through here, running through the gangways over there. You know what I'm saying? We was living with somebody. We was living with one of my mama's cousins or something. You know what I'm saying? We was living with her. She took us in. You know what I'm saying? And Mellow Freeze was everything. You know what I'm saying? This is where we came and spent all our money at. Mellow Freeze. We walk around here, get ice cream, meet people. It was all up in people's houses through here. All that fighting and everything. You know what I'm saying? This bring back a lot of memories too, man. Being young, man, living over here. I was a little kid. Never thought what I'd become or none of that, man. I was a little kid, so that's why I brought my kids here today, to get some ice cream. Brought my kids to experience. This how I grew up. This what it looked like, you know. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so determined to do what I'm doing, so determined to be a life changer, man, because I understand that, you know what I'm saying, where I came from. It takes for you to understand where you come from to be able to be great. You know what I'm saying? And I want to show my kids that.
Life changing. Throw them hands up. At the end of the day, we all life changed, you know?
I done seen it all, I done been through it all, I done felt the pain. I done seen the sun, I done seen the rain. I see my city, it ain't gon' change. And it quick to hate for a little bit of fame. I done seen it all, I done been through it all, I done felt the pain. I done seen the sun, I done seen the rain. I see my city, it ain't gon' change.
I'm a father of 3 beautiful kids, Dream, Denver, and Dash. It was just everything that happened to me. You know, I look back and just look at God and just be like, how could I get here? You know what I'm saying? Why me? But at the same time, it could be you too. Yeah, so after the divorce, then my brother died. You know what I'm saying? Riri Hill, though, it's a very special place in my heart. I named my son after him. Dad's Retonio Dickerson, and they both tours. He ended up being born around the time Riri was born, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's still on me even right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I cry. I have my days where I cry and mope and stuff like that, man. And I don't think that'll never go away, man. But it's something that I got to deal with, just like all other stuff I done dealt with in my life. But that's why I'm the life changer. God gave me the name. And I believe that God gonna keep me covered, you know what I'm saying, in this lifetime. But, you know, that's why I am who I am, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying, teaming up with my boys, we doing a pandemic blessing, giving over $40,000, $50,000 to people who was in the pandemic in the time of need where people didn't have jobs, people didn't have water, gas, or anything. We came together, you know what I'm saying, not even knowing, and God said, look, I need you guys to do this job, man. So shout out to the Pandemic Blessing Boys, man. My boy David Trailway and my boy James Trailway, man. Me, us three, we the Pandemic Blessing Boys. So I was a part of that, man. That was amazing. The birth to speak on it, don't hold it in, man. Sometimes we hold on to things that, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to let out. And that's the whole reason why the Lyfechanger Story came about, man. It was time to let all this stuff out and let y'all know that I'm not no perfect person, and I'm not, you know, everything ain't peaches and cream on my side, man. I go through things and going through something right now. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, the food company, you know what I'm saying? God just been blessing me in a storm, man. Every time I think I got something going on where it's gonna harm me or hurt me or something like that, or even if I fall into a dark place, you know what I'm saying? God birthed something great out of it. You know what I'm saying? So never forget, man, who you are. Never forget that you're a life changer. Never forget to speak on it and don't hold it in. Never forget that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, and I want to really talk to the youth, because the youth is our future. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do a lot of outreach programs. Shout out to Urban K-Life. We do a lot of outreach programs with the kids, man. We give back. We go to the basketball teams. We talk to boys. I done spoke to boys. I travel the world now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to state doing the podcasting and stuff, and now the food, branching out to state. Like, a lot going on right now, man. So the ultimate goal is for Speak On It to be a network, you know. So all that right there, that made me become the man that I am today. You know, God, He can do it for all of us. It's not just me. He can do it for all of us. We all life changers at the end of the day. And if I could do it with what I've been through and what God then brought me from, I know you can do it too. This is the Lyfechanger Story, man. It ain't nothing else I can say, man. But we all life changers at the end of the day.
This is an MB13 production.
Life changer, man. Throw them meals up at the end of the day. We all life changers, you know.
North side, north side. North side, north side. We was thuggin' on the north side. We was shooting, we was banging on the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. Yeah, we was thuggin' on the north side. We was shooting, we was banging on the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. I changed my ways for the good cause of the north side. Yeah, they steady hollering A1, but I ain't seen them since day one. Shooting like Jason Tatum, tryna sign a big paper, leave a tip for the waiter. No reply to the haters. God bless you with the rap, so I'ma just call it favor. I was down to my last, I couldn't even get no favors. They'll chop you in the streets,